the coolest building in every state. As we travel across the United States, we see incredible structures that beautify the country's cities and communities. These remarkable structures each have a tale to tell and were erected to commemorate a culture while also representing a period and place that are meaningful to the locals. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today, we are going to talk about the coolest building in every state. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 20. Arkansas Crystal Bridges Museum of Modern Art. This incredible museum, which opened in 2005, was the brainchild of arts lover Alice Walton, daughter of Walmart tycoon Sam Walton. The pavilions are placed around ponds, and the museum has spectacular galleries and conference areas. There is also an interesting sculpture and walking trail that connects the museum to downtown Bentonville. Number 19. California, the Wayfarers Chapel. It's almost tough to choose just one spectacular edifice in California. Many notable landmarks, including the Getty House and the Coit Tower, may have made the list, but we've decided to highlight a lesser-known but equally spectacular location in Rancho Palos Verdes. Wayfarers Chapel, popularly known as the Glass Church, is a distinct modern structure with magnificent windows and stone walls. It is built on cliffs above the Pacific Ocean, making the vistas even more stunning. Number 18. Colorado Air Force Academy Chapel. You wouldn't expect to see such a classic example of modernist architecture in a military academy. The United States Air Force Academy Cadet Chapel is an iconic emblem of the academy, attracting tourists from all around the world. It has 17 spires and a frame composed of 100 identical 75-foot-long tetrahedrons. Number 17. Connecticut, Grace Farms. The Grace Farms Community Center, an 80-acre preserve on the grounds of a former equestrian center, is located in New Canaan. The center is committed to the values of faith, nature, art, community, and justice. A field with trees, ponds, and wetlands surrounds the twisting structure, and there are cool trails connecting them all. Number 16. Delaware, Grand Opera House, Wilmington. Since its opening in 1871, Wilmington's center point has been the Grand Opera House, which is uniquely designed. It began as the home of the Grand Lodge of Masons. Today, it is a music facility that hosts rock, classical, and jazz concerts. Number 15. Florida, the Salvador Dali Museum. The Salvador Dali Museum in St. Petersburg houses the largest collection of the artist's work outside of Europe. The site is the eventual destination for Reynolds and Eleanor Morse's private Dali collection. The museum opened in 2008 and is a must-see destination for visitors to St. Petersburg. Number 14. Georgia Center for Human and Civil Rights. If you're in downtown Atlanta, don't miss this amazing architectural marvel. The National Center for Human and Civil Rights is a fascinating cultural attraction that links the American civil rights movement to today's fight for worldwide human rights. The same group that created the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture also created the structure. Number 13. Hawaii USS Arizona Memorial. The USS Arizona Memorial, built in 1962, is the ultimate burial place for the 1,102 sailors killed in the December 7, 1941, attack on Pearl Harbor. More than 2 million people visit the memorial each year, which is only accessible by boat. It's a moving tribute to fallen troops that still elicits emotion 80 years after the attack. Number 12. Idaho. Idaho State Capitol Building. Construction on the Idaho State Capitol in Boise began in 1905, 15 years after Idaho gained independence. Lewiston was the capital of the Idaho Territory when it was formed in 1863, but the legislature relocated to Boise in 1864. The Capitol building was completed in 1920 and, like many other state capitol buildings, used classical architectural styles to depict authority and strength. Number 11. Illinois, BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir. The BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in Bartlett, which was opened in 2004, is the United States' largest traditional Hindu temple. It was built using ancient Hindu architectural design manuals known as the Shilpa Shastras. The finished parts were transported from India after being carved from Turkish limestone and Italian marble, and the temple was constructed by 1,700 volunteers. Number 10. Indiana, Street Meinrad Archabbey. The Archabbey of Street Meinrad was created in 1854 by monks from Switzerland's Einsiedeln Abbey and currently houses approximately 98 monks. It's named after Street Meinrad, a monk from the 10th century. The church is one of only 2 archabbeys in the United States and 9 worldwide. Visitors can pray alongside the monks during the monastery tour. Number 9. UA Visual Arts Building, University of UA. The Visual Arts Building on the University of UA campus is the coolest building in UA, which is only fitting. Students and visiting artists demonstrate their craft, which ranges from ancient metal smithing techniques to cutting-edge VR technologies. The original arts building was destroyed in a flood and reconstructed by this magnificent structure in 2008. Number 8. Kansas, Topeka High School. The Kansas Sampler Foundation's designation of a high school as one of the 8 wonders of Kansas architecture is surprising. Topeka High School is a stunning Gothic tower that stands with many other architectural marvels that dot the Topeka cityscape. It was finished in 1931 and was the first $1 million high school west of the Mississippi. If you go, be sure to check out the English Room, which is reminiscent of an Elizabethan retiring room with a stone fireplace and chandeliers. To maintain its concept, the library is based on Henry VIII Great Hall at Hampton Court Palace. Number 7. Kentucky, St. Mary's Cathedral Basilica of the Assumption. The coolest edifice in Kentucky was inspired by one of the world's most iconic buildings, Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. St. Mary's Cathedral Basilica of the Assumption in Covington is one of the few traditional Gothic structures preserved in the United States. The basilica's construction began in 1894, and it opened in 1915. It was built using the best materials available in the world, and the giant stained glass windows represent biblical stories. The sheer craftsmanship, superb organs, and grandeur will leave you breathless. Number 6. Louisiana Old State Capitol. Many people refer to the old Louisiana State Capitol as the Louisiana Castle, since it was designed to look and function like a castle. It was constructed to house the state's legislators from the mid-1800s until the new Capitol building was completed in the early 1930s. It presently serves as a museum. Number 5. Maine. Portland Head Lighthouse. The Portland Head Lighthouse, especially when shrouded in fog, is simply cool. It is located on a headland at the entrance to Portland Harbor, which serves as the principal shipping passage into and out of the harbor. This lighthouse, built around 1791, is the oldest in all of Maine. Number 4. Maryland, George Peabody Library. A vacation to Baltimore isn't complete without visiting the George Peabody Library, also known as the Cathedral of Books. The Johns Hopkins University Library, which opened in 1878, has a gorgeous architectural interior and an astonishing collection of volumes. The incredible Peabody Stack Room has 5 layers of cast iron balconies that rise to a skylight that runs the length of the space. Number 3. Alabama. Frank Lloyd Wright Rosenbaum House. Frank Lloyd Wright, arguably the finest architect the United States has ever created, believed in integrating his structures into their surroundings. This form of organic architecture represents the harmonious union of nature and man, and this mansion in Florence, Alabama, is a prime example of this idea. Number 2. Alaska. Dr. Seuss House. It's easy to see why everyone calls this fanciful house outside of Talkeetna the Dr. Seuss House. The owner had intended to build a 2-story cabin, but he chose to add another story and did not stop. The best way to experience it is to take a journey on the Alaska Railroad. Number 1. Arizona Chapel of the Holy Cross. Marguerite Brunswickstad, a Frank Lloyd Wright student, designed this cool church. The Chapel of the Holy Cross is 4 miles south of Sedona. It protrudes from the vivid red rocks, and the massive stained glass windows overlook the Verde Valley. That's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.